Turns out Chris is famous.
Yeah, yes. Well, I don't even know what that was on Google reviews or yeah, I think it's just his Google review.
Welcome you guys to another DVD extra bonus
round. We don't do our bonus round intro anymore because it's fucking stupid.
I forgot about that. That's coming in on this one for sure.
Well, never mind. We have a bonus round sound now.
We'll just play it over. We'll overdub it with this one.
Bonus.
Yeah.
No, I just got a notification on my phone that I have over 5,000 views on my Google review of the Players Club in Denver.
If you guys don't know what the Players Club is, it's actually a nice spot to take your kids.
It's not a nice spot. It's fucking ratchet, dude. Don't lie to the people.
It's a ratchet spot to take your kids.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to take your kids, but it's ratchet. Don't lie.
Don't do
Hold on,
it.
I have to mute all these.
Is that the one where we went to?
After the Rockies game?
Is that really?
Yeah.
That place sucked.
Dude, it was so bad. That's why I gave it 3 stars.
So yeah, Chris is famous on the review world. Not Yelp, surprisingly. But yeah, if you guys are just tuning in for these, we do these every once in a while sometimes.
We do it every time, just sometimes it doesn't get put on the internet.
You know, technical difficulties with internet and, forgetting. That's a thing. But pretty much what we do, we just talk for maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes about just things. Whatever comes to mind.
Feel like.
Huh?
Huh?
I don't know what you said.
Good. That's exactly what I wanted.
Nice. So, Chris.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Let's talk
I
about.
wasn't listening to your intro.
Let's talk about your shitty week.
Yeah, man. So, I got diagnosed with the vid.
Not the HI, mind you.
Yeah, it said vid, not the HIV.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
very different phonetical sounds.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
My
he was-
experience wasn't terrible.
He was decommissioned for 2 weeks.
Yeah, my experience
finally
wasn't
back.
terrible. I did have like a 4-day fever dream where I slept like 18 hours a day, which was super tight.
Yeah, man. So the thing is, it's funny. Like, I'll say it. Fuck it. I don't
Headphones are
care.
backwards too.
Oh, is that why I'm like not doing well? Let's switch this up real quick. I find it difficult sometimes.
Oh yeah, you sound
so much better, dude. Yeah.
Are my headphones backwards?
It's funny. I've heard from
No, I'm not
I've heard
stupid.
from multiple people, whether it be on social media or just in person, like that this is not a real thing, and it's kind of funny to me because it is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And again, it ultimately comes down to me. I'm at that point in my life where I'm trying my best to see the best, like a good in a person that does it, that they might have things that I disagree with, and just kind of give them the benefit of the doubt that that's what they believe in. That's fine. But it's hard, man. It's hard when you see people kind of disagree that this is not a real thing, when you've seen that 2 of your family members have had a terrible time with it, when you see yourself, myself included, have an awful time with it, maybe not as bad as they did. I was still able to breathe. I was still able to function. Maybe not for the first 4 days, like kind of like you were.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was in bed the whole time, lost some weight, which I wish I kind of still did, because look at this.
Yeah,
It's
just get sick
terrible.
again, dude. It's fine. I mean, my experience, like,
Lick my face.
I think I was one of the lucky ones because I didn't feel sick at all. Like, I wasn't sick at all. I barely had a fever.
Yeah.
The only thing that I really had was like massive fatigue.
Yeah.
And I slept for 18 hours, probably 4 or 5 days straight. I hallucinated that I watched the Snyder Cut.
That's so funny, dude.
Which is, I don't know how, but yeah, I feel like I don't need to watch the Snyder Cut now because I think my version was better.
Yeah.
Release the Aria's cut, dude.
Yeah, Spider-Man died.
Spider-Man died in it, man. It's crazy.
It was like the whole Tony Stark thing, but with Superman holding him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just funny. Like, I know we're all over this and everything, and it's just, I mean, it's funny when you got it. It was kind of that reality of just like, dude, I can't really say that this is over, because it's getting nicer, it's getting hotter, things are opening up, and I'm playing more music and things like that. But it's still
because
still out there, man. And
you got it last year, like towards the end of the year.
I got it Halloween week, I believe, and that sucked because I couldn't taste anything. I was in bed for 4 days, like kind of like you were.
Mm.
Like getting like night sweats and then getting cold and then like having these fever dreams and just this whole fucking thing, which
The hallucinations are the best part.
and that's the thing is, like, I'm so fortunate to have it like that. My mother got it and she was like borderline almost going to the hospital, which thank God that she didn't have to, but
yeah, for real.
but yeah, it's I hate to talk about it sometimes because I know like there is people there that don't believe this is a thing,
It's
which
super
is
politicized for no reason at all.
yeah. But yeah,
you know,
so it's funny.
It just sucks. Like I know people who have died, and
Yeah.
it's what it is, and still people, just don't care. They're
When
like,
it's-
well, I don't care.
So and
I'm
it's,
like,
and it's
"All
funny.
right."
Like I got my first vaccination. The next day sucked, but I feel great now, and I'm waiting for my second one. I'm excited for that. Went to a Nuggets game yesterday, and like I love the Nuggets. I mean, as you can tell,
He has a hat, so therefore he loves the Nuggets.
that was like super weird because like there was only 4,000 fans that were allowed, but I think half of the seats were full. And it's funny to me sometimes when people are like, oh my God, like there's so much tyranny and this and that. When I'm just like, it actually comes down to just like most private enterprises making their own establishments.
Yeah.
And I respect the fact if you don't want to wear a mask, that's fine. But you also can't get mad at someone who is asking you to wear a mask to get into certain
No
events.
shoes,
And,
no shirt, no service, bro.
yeah, so I don't know. I'm for one, I'm just over all of this, and two, I wish that we get back to a place where we can have a conversation where we disagree, have that conversation, and be like, you know what, let's grab a beer and talk about something else.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's kind of funny like how polarizing the last like couple of years have been just in general, not even with COVID.
God, just this
in
these
general.
past fucking 12 months. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, for real.
God damn, man.
And it's like you can't have friends anymore. It feels like everybody keeps putting themselves in a bubble, and it's kind of funny to me because I have a lot of friends on either side of the political spectrum. I find myself to be more of a centrist.
Yeah.
So like I believe in some things, I don't believe in other things. But then when it comes to like, like COVID specifically, I'm just like, yeah, man, fuck it. Like who the fuck cares?
I think the hardest thing right now is that I don't know why we got so political so quickly, but whatever.
Because I almost died, bro.
Yeah.
My chest hurts though. Yeah. Rats. All of this could have been yours.
This could have been mine. It could have just been best of 5 with G. Fuck Chris.
Who would you replace me with?
No one.
If you died, I think I would replace you with Armando.
Hector. Yeah, then you guys would just shit on me while I'm just dead.
Yeah, you're just dead.
I mean, that's all.
Armando, wait for my call.
That's also what I've always wanted too. Is like I want to get roasted and then get roasted for my funeral.
Oh, like cremated?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
clever girl. But they play on words.
Give me a treat. Oh, here you go. Good. I don't trust you.
Da-da.
Yeah, man. This year's been rough, and I think it's been super hard because there's no way of disagreeing with anybody, and that sucks. That sucks so fucking bad because there's something to be said about having your own opinion, and I feel like nowadays, if you're not in a group or in a specific like section of that gray line, it like you can't. You're a bad person one way or the other.
Yeah,
like
for real.
the whole idea of a gray line doesn't exist anymore. It's just a black fucking line.
It's not even a line. It's a fucking wall, dude.
Oh.
The real wall that was built wasn't on the border. It was between us the entire time.
Oh.
I was pushing you away.
Oh,
right?
gotcha. I was
Like,
definitely
other side of the
Oh,
wall.
gotcha.
Not like that wall, but like the
The metaphorical
wall.
to keep our people up.
Well, the mix. No, I'm just kidding. And canceled.
But no, I mean, man, and it's weird. I think about where our place in history is going to be more than anything. And this feels like, I wonder if this is what it felt like during that whole, like, that era, that time of, like, segregation finally getting its way out of, like, society, like the 1960s, like, Kennedy assassination, where you read all these textbooks and you're like, man, that must have felt so tense to be in that situation of, like,
okay.
disagreeing with
now
that,
I
you
see
know?
what you're saying. Yeah.
And, like, now
Yeah, where that idea of, like, like black people couldn't do this, and then all of a sudden they could, and then the people who disagreed with that were just like felt like they were getting ignored and trampled on, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
man.
If you look back at it, it's like those people
felt
weren't right.
Yeah, but it also felt super scary to be like
Not listened to, I guess.
not even listened to, but just like on the verge of, like, I'm sure back then it felt like you're on the verge of having like that second civil war, which I'm not saying we're there now. And especially
Yeah, I can see
like
that.
their problems are way worse than where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so fucking scary. I mean, we had an insurrection fucking 3 or 4 months ago. We have such a divided thought process and political views, and I hate that because there's some things that I think conservatives have 100% right on. I think there's 100 things. Sorry, it's equally for me on the left side as well.
There's a dozen things on the left that are right.
There's like
100
3
things
here.
that-
There's a million things on the right. And it just sucks that we can't just be like, oh, I see your point of view.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with it, but I see it. maybe if I don't yell at you and we actually have a conversation, you can see my point of view as well.
Yeah, and I think the problem is like social media like gives people so much false sense
Your
of confidence.
opinion doesn't matter, people. It really doesn't. Your fucking actions do. Talk is fucking cheap.
Like, I've gotten unfriended by so many people on Facebook because they say something stupid, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, you could think that, but this is what actually happened. Like, this one girl unfriended me because she was trying to like be a provocateur and try and like do one of those say her names or whatever, but it was someone who was against the left side. So it's like, okay, yeah, no, you can support this person for sure, but let's not lie about who this person is.
The lack of consistency that goes into both sides of this is super fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like that whole thing that John Oliver just came out with about the national debt and how it's only important when the opposite party is in office. Like, the Democrats didn't give a shit about national debt with Obama, and then all of a sudden national debt was important with Trump, and vice versa. Now it's literally what's happening now with the Republicans and Biden. And I think it's hilarious. Like, how did you forget the national debt was important to you, like, the entire time?
Also, I don't have control in it, so I'm not going to worry about it, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be paying my parents' debt anyway. So like, whatever we can get to just being a better nation, man. That's all I care about, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
Like, I hate that the bipartisanship isn't a thing, because there's people in the middle that I'm sure believe that, again, that both sides are correct. I 100% I'm the same way. Like, there's some thoughts that I have about specific things that I don't agree with, and I hate the fact that it's like, oh, well, you should be thinking this way. It's like, fuck you. I don't need to be thinking anyway besides what I think is best for myself, but also as in an unselfish way to think of what's best for the nation as well. And it's so hard because it's just like, I'm at that point where I'm just like, what are the things that I should actually be upset about, right? Like, should I be upset about the fact that like people are fighting for transgender rights and fighting for this and fighting for that? Of course I care about that. I wish it would work really well.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to dwindle on something that I have no control over because I'm not in that position. I can understand where you're coming from, and I can have my opinions towards it for sure. But at the end of the day, like, how is that affecting me? And I think that's the biggest problem with everything right now is like, we got all these people coming from Honduras and Mexico. And you're just
I think a lot of problem too is like, you can't be selfish without people getting mad on behalf of someone else.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's fucking stupid to me. Like, I support a lot of things, and once like the one agenda that I don't follow, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I literally don't care about this because it doesn't affect me. You're like, well, how can you say that? That makes you like an ism or an ist or whatever they want to throw at you. And it's just like, man,
you know,
I don't fucking like hate anybody. That just doesn't affect me. So why would I care to fight your fight, man?
My biggest
I'm not going to stop you in any way.
Here's my biggest thing is that I think when you say specific words that it triggers people to feel a specific way. I hate the fact that the word ignorant is used in such a derogatory way. I think ignorance is
just ignorant.
I think ignorance is something that is necessary because not everyone sees not everyone's lived in your shoes, right?
Yeah.
And not everyone's going to see the perspective of what you see things. And so, like, when I say, like, oh, do you really ignorant about this situation? I'm not saying you're fucking stupid or you're fucking an idiot.
Yeah, a lot of people think ignorance, like, well, I guess it is kind of a slight at them, but at the same time, it's like, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly. And that's my thing is, like, when someone's sometimes being ignorant is not necessarily a bad thing as much as it is just...
I mean, it's always a bad thing.
I mean, yes and no, but it's like, if you don't know, then how are you supposed to... You know what I mean?
If you don't know, then you don't know, kind of thing. It sounded like I was going to say
Biggie.
Song.
You're about to quote Biggie. And if you don't know...
I wasn't going to do
now
that.
Now you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I think the word ignorant is it's a powerful word that should be used in a different term, because when you're attacking someone and you call that, it's like calling someone wrong, an idiot, and a loser, instead of being like, like, the conversation should not be like, you're fucking wrong. It's like, hey man, let's just talk about this. Yeah. Or hey, this is how this makes me feel.
I refuse to engage in any conversation where people call other people sheep or sheeple. As soon as somebody uses the word sheep or sheeple, I'm like, you're fucking stupid. I'm out, dude. I'm out, because that's like just their fallback every single time. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about because you're sheep.
I just love the fact that, again, that there's two sides to it. And if you call someone a conservative or liberal and that just triggers people, I'm like, dude, you have a brittle spirit.
Yeah, you're fucking
grow some
soft.
fucking balls.
You're fucking soft. That's really what it
Yeah,
is. In the end of the
grow
day.
some things,
You're
and,
fucking
and if
soft.
and if it's something on Facebook that's gonna bug you, then just ignore it. Like, how is that gonna ruin your day?
Yeah. It's a whole like snowflake culture about how they try to.
They're on both sides.
Exactly.
They're on fucking both
They're
sides.
everywhere. Everybody's a fucking snowflake, and it's hilarious. Like,
If you follow the mask, you're a sheep for sure. But also, if you don't follow the message, everyone's not following the mask. You're a fucking sheep too. So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
yeah. See, but I agree with you, and that's the exact reason the Rockies need to fire Jeff Burdich.
Exactly. What the
The
fuck?
whole fucking point of that conversation.
You guys want to hear a funny story?
was fire Jeff Burdich.
I bought Rockies tickets, like opening day tickets, and turns out I couldn't make it.
It's not a funny story.
No,
It's
this is a
sad.
really funny
It
story.
makes me sad.
I bought Rockies tickets because I was gonna go. Me and him were gonna go, and
and then I was gonna buy his ticket.
then it's gonna have a fire emoji, and I'll say Jeff, so it'd be like fire Jeff. Well, I had a show that day, and I couldn't make it, so I was like, oh, like I'll just give him to Chris, and Chris, unfortunately, he couldn't because he was still in quarantine. So I tried selling the tickets. I couldn't sell them. I was out money. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't find anyone to buy them from. And
I wasn't gonna buy them. From
and people that were interested were like, oh, I want to go, but like, I'm working. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That just goes to show you how the Rockies are fucking up so bad.
They're not. People are just fucking stupid.
No, they're fucking up.
No, they're not, dude. They're not fucking up because the
I mean,
Rockies.
the people are still gonna go. Don't
the
get me wrong.
Rockies are always fucking up, and that's what people are like. Oh, they fucking traded Nolan. You know what Nolan's fucking batting average was during the twice he made the playoffs? Fucking less than 200.
Oh, he's gonna kill it. He's gonna kill it with the Cardinals, though. I hope he does. I'm rooting for Nolan.
I mean, yeah, I'm not against Nolan. I'm just saying.
Trevor
like,
Story's gonna
people are
leave.
like, people are putting Nolan on a pedestal, like, oh, he was the savior of the Rockies.
Putting that
He
Nolan on-
fucking didn't do anything with the Rockies.
You know why? Because they didn't do anything for him.
But it's like trading one person is not going to crumble the infrastructure of the Rockies.
Totally
because
did.
they
Totally did.
no, the Rockies opened the exact same way they open every season.
Totally did.
By losing a series but winning one game.
No, they usually like, oh, this is it. Oh, this isn't it.
Dude, they kept up with the Dodgers.
Los Dodgers?
Yeah, they beat them once. They were fucking tied with them for like the 8 innings on the last game. The Rockies played very, very good baseball.
Let me guess. It was our bullpen.
Our bullpen actually did pretty well.
Oh, nice. That was our starting pitcher.
No, it's just the Rockies can't
Rockies.
hit. The Rockies can't hit. That's just what it is.
So listen, I hate the fact that the Rockies are not in a winning mentality. Like
Winning's not everything, G.
it is when you're a fan. It is when you invest in watching this team and doing it. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
I went to the Nuggets.
Tell
game
me why.
I went to the Nuggets. Ain't nothing but a
Beep,
beep
beep,
beep beep beep. That was good, huh?
No, that was
Oh,
terrible.
that's fair.
That was fucking stupid.
Went to the Nuggets game yesterday. It was the first game where fans were coming back. The game before, I think, was like medical people or first responders only, which I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, that's a really cool treat for them. They've had a shitty year. Like, if anyone's had a shitty year,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
been them. Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, which are their like two of
Are
their
you
starting
telling me
five.
or telling them?
I'm talking to you. So
Because I know who they are.
two of the starting five.
They're two of the starting five,
They
obviously.
come out and they talk to the crowd.
They came out and talked to the crowd.
Fuck
See, I
you.
know who they are.
I'll mute your ass. They came out and talked to the crowd, and all Murray said, and Jokic was next to him. He's like, "Nuggets fans, we're happy to have you guys. Championship on 3. 1, 2, 3, championship," and then just walked off. And I was like,
You're not
"Dude,
gonna win a championship.
yo, no,
Fuck out of here. Dude.
I will-
They're gonna lose to the Lakers again.
I will bet you
They're
anything."
gonna lose to the Lakers.
This guy doesn't fucking
they
know.
Can't beat the fucking Lakers.
Listen, man, they made moves to make that shit possible. Not happen, but definitely possible. I can see them going to the finals. I will bet you right now, if I have to, that they'll make it. They'll at least make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe not the finals, but they'll make it. They'll make a run this year. And that's my thing.
You
Is
gotta
like,
modify which
and
finals.
that's no,
you're
but
talking
no, but
about.
that's my thing. Is that like the Nuggets are trying to win now. They're trying to make it happen. They have the right formula to make it happen. The Rockies have never done that.
Yeah, you're right because
They don't give
they
a
don't have
shit
any
about.
fucking money. The Rockies are fucking poor.
They have
And that's
the,
how
the
baseball-
best. They have the best attendance in the MLB. How
They
the
don't
fuck
have the
do they
best.
have?
They have like the 6th best.
They're literally in the top 5 every year. Maybe not this year, but
Top
every year.
because they're the 6th best.
I'm just saying, like,
The
you might
Rocky-
not
okay,
have money,
You know,
but also
you know who wins
invest in it, dude.
championships? Baseball clubs who operate at a negative. The Dodgers, they have not made money.
or cheat. You know.
Well, let's not talk about the Strozzies, bro. But
Yeah.
yeah, your trash can. That means curve, off speed, fastball. That means They're celebrating a little too early.
It's
Anyway.
Cinco de Mayo.
Anyway, like the fucking Dodgers aren't actually making money.
They're making money, dude.
They're spending
They're
more
making
money
money.
than they're making.
They're making
That's
more.
how
They're
they're winning
making money.
championships.
They're making
That's
money.
how baseball
That's
works.
bullshit. They're making money. There's no way the Dodgers not making money.
They're operating at a negative. All the really good baseball teams
That's bullshit.
operate at a negative.
I doubt that. I really do doubt that.
Fucking look it up. Who watches baseball?
How?
You don't.
Yes, I
you
do.
watch basketball.
I watch baseball.
You observe baseball, but you don't fucking watch
I
baseball.
watch baseball. I was going to open date with you, and then life.
That doesn't mean shit.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Name the starting 9. Sorry, I'm being Morgan right now.
Yeah, you are.
That was so funny. My daughter straight just interrogated him when he talked about having
Yeah,
tickets.
because she said she was a Dodgers fan. I was like, I was about to give you
was-
tickets to go there. I was like,
that was
fuck
a joke.
you.
That was a joke.
No, she was definitely legit. Like, if I had to choose a team, it would be the Dodgers. If it's not the Rockies,
That's not what she said.
that's definitely what she said.
That's not what she said.
Morgan, at me.
You should
Just
add
not on TED Talk, not on TED Talks.
because he doesn't have a tac yet.
I don't have a TED Talks at all.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe one day.
Yeah, you'll have a TED Talk about
5
what it's
years
like
from
to be
now, when we
wrong
get
all the time.
5,000 people.
What?
5 years from now, when we get 5,000 listeners.
Should I just
and followers.
modify that fucking viral review and just have a link to our Facebook, our YouTube page?
Yeah, right. But no, I mean, like that's my thing is that like we don't have owners that want to win championships with the Rockies.
Because we don't have money.
That's not true.
That's what it comes down to.
That's
We
not true.
Don't have money.
That's not true.
Oh, it's not true because the fucking Oakland A's did the thing about Moneyball and no one
They
fucking
didn't win
Moneyball's
anything,
anymore.
so I can't even say that. They didn't even bring up the Oakland A's.
You have to have money to win baseball. That's just how it works.
Well, then baseball's the shittiest sport ever.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's politically fucked.
All I'm
dude.
saying is that I just wish the Rockies just gave an effort to just bring a ship. That'd be amazing. Imagine a sea of purple downtown Denver.
We went to the World Series once, and that's good enough.
Yeah, because people were fucking following for 10 years. And now it's like no one gives a shit, so just fucking try. Please. That's all I'm asking.
They're not going to.
I know, which is fucking stupid. So
I agree.
We're going to go to every game and wear
But see,
fucking
the problem is,
shirts that say Fire Monforts every single time.
the problem
And we're
is,
probably going to get kicked
people
out.
assumed the Rockies were trying to win, but the Rockies have never tried to win. So the fact that they're like, that train is fucking pissing me off. Somebody had to have the fucking window open. But the problem is, people are like, "Oh, the Rockies don't play to win." It's like they've never played to win. Why the fuck is your expectation?
Why
that
would
the
you
Rockies are
sign
gonna win?
Nolan for that much money if you didn't want to win, though? Because you're a fucking idiot.
Because
yeah,
Nolan
exactly.
puts people in the stands.
Just saying, man.
Story puts people in the stands. Blackman puts
So then,
people
okay,
in the
so
stands.
then again, going back to that, why? Then that's why. Why would you mad at Nolan for being like, "Yo, I actually like, I signed this 7-year deal not to fucking be a fucking puppet. I want to win a championship."
Yeah, because Nolan's a competitor, but that
Exactly.
has nothing to do.
That's why I'm saying is like that's why I'm on Team Nolan because I'm
but
the same fucking
he's not
way.
that good to save a team.
He's that good. He was that good. There's a reason why people are pissed off about him, man.
But you have to literally look at what he's done with the Rockies.
It doesn't matter.
He hasn't led them anywhere.
Led him to a couple
The
playoffs.
where he fucking choked hard.
No, the pitching choked more than anything.
No, he choked hard. 'Cause
That's
he's
also
the
pretty
savior.
difficult.
You can't say Nolan's the savior to lead the Rockies and blame the pitching when
Oh, you can blame
he
the pitching.
fucking chokes hard.
'Cause-
He hit 192 career playoffs with the Rockies.
Why would
That's
you draft
fucking garbage.
amazing players and then just like waste it on waste
Because
their
that's
good
how the
years?
Rockies get money.
Yeah, they're fucking trash. Anyways, let's change subjects before I get more upset. So the Avalanche.
Yeah, I don't watch hockey.
So the Broncos. The
I
Broncos
don't
are
watch
idiots too,
fucking
by the way.
Broncos.
Let's talk about the Broncos real quick. Just a
I
quick
don't
sec.
watch football. I think football is the worst sport ever. I think football's fucking stupid.
Baseball's first. But the thing
Nah,
about the
dude.
Broncos, okay, tell me if you agree or not. Why are we still
I
trying to
don't
make
agree.
Drew Lock a thing when everyone's like Deshaun Watson, Jimmy Garoppolo, like, I'd rather have Dalton or Stafford? It's like you're gonna end up with Drew Lock, and you think he's gonna be happy about it? No, you guys are gonna do terrible because of it.
Yeah,
I hope I'm wrong. I hope he proves himself. I'm not a Broncos
He
fan,
will.
but I'll root for them for sure. Also, I'm going to the Cowboys Broncos game this year, so fuck you guys when that happens.
Dude, the Broncos have always had a problem where they get a QB that's good for a game and a half, and he's the savior of the team.
Oh, they need to change ownership too.
This is what
'Cause they don't really have
the
it right
owner
now.
died, so they kind of did change ownership.
There is rumors that Peyton Manning might get a group of people to buy it, and that would actually be pretty dope. I might be like a little Broncos fan if that happened because I love Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
See, that's what I always thought was funny. Like,
PFM.
like everyone was like, "Oh, the Cowboys are America's team." It's like, no, wherever the fuck Peyton Manning is fucking America's team.
No, because
America
no
loves
one,
Peyton
no
Manning.
one liked the Colts. He was more famous with the Broncos than he was with the Colts.
Yeah.
So
But it's fucking Peyton Manning.
No, because with the Colts, they would be America's team. America's team, if anything, definitely is always going to be the Cowboys.
It's the
But
Patriots.
if it had to be,
it's the fucking
if it had to be
Patriots.
someone else, it would be the Patriots.
Yeah, it's going to be
thank God.
fucking Tampa Bay probably
No,
now.
I mean,
The fucking Brady fans. You know the only reason Brady went to Tampa Bay? Because they share initials, bro.
oh, cute.
Yeah. And because they paid him millions of dollars.
Also that.
And fuck Belichick.
Also, you know what's crazy about that team? Not that you care. They signed, I think, every single one of their starters again this year.
Good for them.
So, like, they have the same team, which is fucking cool. I've never heard of
That
that
was another
happen.
thing about the Rockies that pissed me off. That when they fucking went to the World Series the next season, literally like 80% of the team was gone.
That's what
It's
I'm
like,
saying,
what the
dude.
fuck, dude?
I have a friend out there who I'm gonna fuck you, Edgar. I'm gonna call you out on this. He's a Padres fan now.
Is that the podcast, Edgar?
Yeah, I love the guy to death, but he's like, I'm a Padres fan now because the Rockies fucking suck. But if you come back, Edgar, you're not allowed.
Yeah, okay, like kind of going back on that.
Actually, let's talk about it. So
yeah, kind of going back on that. That's pissing me off so much.
Goddamn, we're back to the fucking Rockies, and because it's my fault actually.
It is your
so
fault.
the whole thing is
It's always
like
your fault.
when Arenado got traded for literally nothing. Like
Yeah.
we lost money on that, obviously.
Yeah, $50 million in a ham sandwich.
Oh, stupid.
And bologna. We don't have
I was
ham
like,
money.
yo, like I'm done with the Rockies. They're fucking stupid. Like I love the players. I hate the team. Like I don't want to go to games because of this. And I started realizing like I've always been a critic of fair weather fans.
Yeah.
And this is like the hardest line that I've had to cross because you're just kind of like, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. Like, here, let me set this up. I'm a Cowboys fan. I hate Jerry Jones. I hate the way the organization's being run right now. But I grew up with
still a Cowboys
But I
fan.
grew up with the Cowboys, and I just had to like deal with it, right?
You're a Nuggets fan. They've sucked forever.
No, they haven't. Shut up. Anyways,
I was going to say, and now they're doing well, and now it looks like you've watched them forever.
yeah. Anyways, but
Instead of
like
jumping on the
so like
bandwagon.
with the Rockies, like I kind of came to the conclusion. It's like, yeah, I'm really frustrated in what's going on. How do I support the players more than I support the organization itself? Because I don't agree with Jeff Burdage. I don't agree with the Monforts. But how do I support that? So my thing was like, like I said, like go to opening day, watch some baseball because baseball's always fun to watch.
You were just shitting on baseball, you fuck.
But I mean, when it's with you, it's fun.
Because he actually knows what's going on.
Yeah,
He's like, so what's that one when they throw it
what's
and
that-
it crosses the thing?
What's that
It's like,
Germ-
that's called a strike.
What's that
G.
German guy who's like, they run around the pillows?
Flula Borg, yeah.
It's so good. But I was like, okay, like I do love Coors Field. I love going there, and it's fun. But I also like seeing the Rockies win. I like them being successful.
If we went to opening day, we'd saw him win.
Yeah, exactly. We're wearing fire Jeff Burdage shirts, and we're fucking screaming and yelling. Like, so that's what I was going for. I had some buddies who were just like, no, we're done with them. This and that. I'm just like, dude, like I hate fair weather fans. I don't like them because it's
Yeah, so what are they going to do when they actually fire Jeff Burdage?
if they
Are
come
they
back,
going
I'll
to be
be
a
like,
Rockies
cool.
fan again? That's fucking pathetic. That is so fucking pathetic.
I know.
It's
I
like,
agree.
I don't like
You know what, Edgar? I'm gonna send you an invite right now, man. You got to come to our podcast, and we'll talk shit about you, and you can talk shit back.
He does a sports podcast, right?
Yeah, Sports
I'm
Post Live. Check it out.
I'm out.
Well, you want to get going?
Yeah, right. I was seeing what time it was.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much for listening. All 5 of you.
Yes.
I hope I'm wrong and it's like 20.
You're not. But yeah, thanks for checking out this little extra episode that we try to do every week. Just to give us a little more views, pad our count. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
But yeah. Like I said, we try to do this.
Like,
every
comment,
week.
and
You're
subscribe, you
ruining my
guys.
fucking outro, and
Like,
now I
comment,
have
and
no idea what I'm
subscribe.
talking about.
If you guys like Spotify, Apple
This
Podcasts,
isn't on Spotify,
iHeartRadio,
right? This is only on YouTube.
Well, no, I'm talking about our full podcast. If you guys haven't seen our last episode, please check it out. I'll have you get your podcast, and if you listen to it here, then listen to it here.